Hello everybody. Now I'm going to be showing you some things, what I did today to compare the two different 35 millimeters for the Leica L mount. One is from Lumix, Panasonic, they're 35 millimeter. Now I bought this used. It's a little worn, but still it's a good lens. All it has is autofocusing and manual focus button. On the Sigma, it's totally different. It has an aperture ring and autofocus, manual focus button also. Okay, it has a lens hood, and it's all metal construction. It's kind of plastic for the, oh, dusty there. A little plastic for the lens cap. And of course, the way I got my lenses marked, I have a little sticker on there. Sigma, Lumix, 35 millimeter. This is an f2, that's 1.8. They're almost the same. Here is the f2.8 that I bought with the SL2S. It's 24-70, a spherical. Vario Elmoret, the SL version. 2.8 all the way through. I showed the difference between the 24-90 and the 24-70. 24-90 is more of a variable aperture. This is straight through f2.8. And the neat thing is with the 90 to 280, it's 2.8 at 90. So I don't have the 75 to match it with the what I was doing with the Q 3, but you got it was close enough. Now, there are some situations where zooms are perfect because you can go from 24 to 70 or 24 to 105, 120, 200. They got a whole bunch of zooms. But if you notice, it's a 2.8. F2 and 1.8, I always take over with the better apertures, okay? 1.8, F2 over the 2.8. Because let's say 1.0, 1.2, 1.4, they're sharp in the center and then it falls off. But the main reason why I get it is just the focal range. So the problem I was having, and you're going to see the pictures while I explain them to you, is if you keep picking up your camera, this can switch. There's no locking mechanism on here. Some lenses do, but on this one it doesn't. So sometimes I got like that, sometimes I got like that. So you'll see the picture size is different. Also, if I turn this on, this is what I was doing. Okay, now I have the balancing feature on there. And this is what I was doing. Oh, wrong one. Okay. See this? So I did 3.2, 7.5, 4.3, 1.1, 3.1, and 16:9. Okay. There's a reason why I did these different area shots. And the reason why, and I'll just turn this off, is because when I was doing on the video last night, Sigma had great quality, but the picture size was smaller, okay, compared to the Lumix Panasonic, which filled up the whole screen. So I think Leica is in hoots with Panasonic, and they have their information on it. And the other way you can do is if I can turn it back on, if I go into here to menu again, and I think it's lens information, and I'm hoping is that on this one? Camera information. maybe settings. But there's a feature where it tells you what lens here, lens profile. Okay, so that's in camera settings. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to take the lens off. The other thing I want to show you is I got lens caps and stuff, but it's the lens hoods. This was damaged a little bit, but I got it used. It still works. But instead of a bayonet, I like the complete circular. I don't like the little cutouts. I think they use that for so you don't get any reflection of the lens hood. You know, I don't know. Let light pass through. I have no idea. I'll have to read up on it. The other thing I want to show you is if you take the 35 and 50 millimeter, they're about the same size and weight. So if you didn't have a lens hood with this, what I found is like if I take the 50 millimeter off, it works on the 35 also. So you don't have to spend any money. If you have OCD like I do, you get the extra lens hood. Well, anyway, let's get the Lumix on here. And I'm going to show you the same thing. So red dot, red dot. I'll just take that off. Yeah, I don't really need it. So what I'm going to show you is this. Turn it on. Menu. Okay, so I have to go all the way to camera settings again. Okay. Notice that it's not, there we go. So that's the Lumix. It recognizes the Lumix f1.8. Right here. Let me go down here. Okay. So it recognizes the lens. And this is why I think was happening with the Sigma yesterday. Was that the pictures were different sizes. Even if they're at the same focal length. But when I was viewing them through preview, somehow something changed. So, let's do this again. Sorry, folks. Okay. Camera settings. So see, it recognized this one too. So, the test. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you a whole bunch of pictures now. And we are going to see if preview, let me do that, as if it's an Apple thing or if it's a Leica thing, but they like the Lumix over the Sigma. And I'll put this on, protect the sensor. I have no sensor guard. So anyway, let's get to the slideshow. Okay, these first few pictures are from the Lumix 35mm f1.8. And what I was trying to do was I was checking out the leveler. So this is before, and then you saw the little line. I got that going. So the camera was level, even, but if you're at an angle, it looks like it's kind of going down toward the right. But you don't see any distortions on the wall, the pictures, the side of articles. And just to show you, I'm going to pixel peep a little bit. We're not going to do much, but you can see how sharp this is. Okay? Yeah, I'm trying to move my mouse back over here. So, this is the first part of the test. Okay? This is the 35 millimeter at 3.2, I believe, which is a full 6K down sample. All right. And it's at 1.8. 35 millimeter. Exposure 1/6400. Aperture priority. Yeah, 35. I think it's 3x2 if I'm looking at it correctly. I go to the next one. It's just about the whole same thing, only this is like a 7x5. So it's like, instead of 6,000 by 4,000, this is 5,600 by 400. That's 7x5. And then 5328 by 4,000. So, you know, when I changed it, I don't have the pictures the same, but it just look how smaller they're getting. So it's wide there, smaller, smaller. So you get the picture. And then of course this is I think 1x1, 4,000 by 4,000. This is basically 6,000 by 2,000. The cinematic look, all right? And then of course this is 16 by 9, which, you know, is cut off at the top and bottom, okay? But that's with the Sigma 35 millimeter. And then I started taking some photos, and what I want you to look at is the picture quality. So you can see the clouds. It might be a little bit too bright, but I left it at 1.8 for a reason. But I want to get the sharpness. So if I had it at 5.6, you won't be seeing that, okay? You would be seeing sharper at 5.6, 8. Now, this is the Lumix, okay? It's not the Sigma. So same thing, okay? So this is 3.2. No, I'm sorry. What is it? Did I say it was? No, this is all Lumix, all right? All these photos are from Lumix. Okay. So I've started taking pictures. And you can see how sharp and clear everything is. So this was portrait mode. This is a landscape. And you see, you get close to the flowers. Now I'm on the Sigma, okay? And this is 6,000 by 4,000. I went by 5,600 to 4,000, which is 7x5. I think this is 4x3, which is 5328 by 4,000. This is 1x1, 4,000 by 4,000. This is the cinematic 6,000 by 2,000. And of course the 16 by 9, which is 6,000 by 3376. So then I started panning. I couldn't remember everything, what to do, but now I'm showing you the 35 millimeter focal length at 16 by 9. You can see how wide a field of view you can see. Okay? I can't remember if what I see is basically 35 or a 28 or maybe a 24, you know, with the human vision. I can't remember the formula on it, but look how sharp and clear everything is. Now, this is at a 1.8. It's not at a 5.6 or an 8, okay? Or 7.1. But still, it looks sharp. I like the colors better there, but as you get toward the sun, the color shifts, okay? So this is kind of like more green, more blue. But as you get toward the sun, and you can see the shadow by the tree, by the bird bath, it turns a little bit more yellow and less blue. Now, this is with the Barrio El Moret, the 24 to 70 at 35 millimeter. I've noticed that I moved it a little bit from 35 and stuff, but this is at f2.8. Now, I told you about the difference between a zoom and primes, where primes are stuck at a focal length. Zooms, you can miss it because if you're always missing or changing settings, I can go to like 40 millimeters, 50 millimeters. But what I like about zooms is if you want to fill up the whole picture, you can bring it to 70. If you want a wider field, you can go all the way down to 24. Okay? That's the difference between a prime and a zoom. So if you want a specific shot where nothing changes on the field of view, you get a prime. And you get better stops, all right? 1.8, a 1.2, 1.4, you name it. That's always better than a 2.8. But each lens gets sharper by 5.6, okay? So this is a 2.8, but still it looks sharp. So I did the same thing where it's 6,000 by 4,000. And then 7 by 5, which is 5,600 to 4,000. And then this is the 4 by 3, which is 5,328 by 4,000. This is 1 by 1, 4,000 by 4,000. This is what is that? The cinematic look. And of course the 16 by 9. Okay? And we're going to pixel peep right here. In fact, I'm going to do this. I can just do this. But you see, that's pretty sharp. You can see it falling off a little bit, but just want to show you that not every camera is that sharp. This is an SL2S 24.5 megapixel camera, but still, it's an excellent camera. Okay? And if I go back up here, I'm going to do the ending shot. That one right there. That's what I want. Okay? And then I'm going to do this. And I'll end it right there. I will hide this. If I can ever find my mouse. Come on. Where's my mouse? There it is. And I'm going to go to view, hide the panel. Now you see it in full screen. Okay? So let's go back to here. So there's different reasons. I've showed you about the lens hood. I showed you about the difference between primes. The sizes are different. One's more plastically, you know, and you notice that the pictures all look the same. So I don't know what happened with the slideshow last night, but it was totally different with these two differences. So apparently the lens matched up pretty good. They're about the same price, okay? I bought mine used, but it didn't have a lens hood. And you can take one off the 50 millimeter and it'll fit fine on the 35. So like the 50, 35, 85, I don't know about the 100, but and I think the 18 might be bigger too. But you know, they're about the same size of lens, just different primes, focal lengths, and you can use probably the same lens hood or lens cap. Some people use them, some people don't. I like using them because it reduces flaring, and most shots aren't overblown. So I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, folks. Have a wonderful day.